Good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family, back once more with another daily live stream. And as you can clearly tell from the title, I'm sure everyone in the Kaspa community knows about this now. Don't be like Bitboy Crypto, really don't. I am under the impression that it is purely engagement farming from him. He has come out and flooded Kaspa, saying it's one of the worst top 50 projects out of the top 50 projects in CoinMarketCap, to one of the worst. And I mean, it's quite clear when I looked through. I didn't even watch the whole thing because it wasn't worth my time, I'll be honest. But from what I've seen, again, information about this was spoke about quite thoroughly through my free Discord server. Again, link is in the description, the chat, and also on my YouTube homepage right here. Yeah, evidently Bitboy just did not do enough research into Kaspa. His claims were baseless, and I got a whole thread here by Kas GPT kind of going into parts of his video, basically just kind of debunking his claims about Kaspa being worth. We're going to get into that, of course, in this stream, as much as many other big catalysts. We've got stuff regarding Kaspa ETPs, which is very, very bullish. ETFs, basically, you know, tier 1 listings seem very, very imminent as well for KRC 20 and 40 Kaspa as well, therefore. And also KRI making a major post about WarpCore, about ISO 20022, and therefore also in regarding to Kaspa just being, you know, utilizing in the sort of finance sector as a medium of exchange, sort of XRP is meant to be as well. So ultimately, very big news right now for crypto and Kaspa. We're going to get into the Bitboy news first. We've got other news as well regarding crypto and other sources as well. But either way, as always, you'll be doing these streams, be doing these daily. Leave a like, share your friends, and subscribe for more. Right now, we look at the market. We seem to be going through a bit of a, I'd like to believe, a final liquidation event before the FOMC meeting right now. We can see pretty much the whole market is red right now. Some tokens down only 1%, like Ethereum and XRP. Some more severely. Kaspa down 3.79% daily time frame, 3.79% daily time frame right now. Valued at 15.6 cents. Suisse down 6%. C 5, Tau 5, and so on and so forth. Bitcoin's not really moved much today from the looks of things, so I believe it's just a case of it being it's the fact that Ethereum's come down a bit, causing alts to kind of be short a little bit, but also I think it's a case of, you know, the market's trying to liquidate the final longs before the FOMC meeting in just 3 to 4 days' time. That will likely cause a price reversal and a price pump. Of course, time will tell. For me, I would be surprised if Kaspa goes below this zone here. I think unless there's something drastic that happens, and if we get no rate cuts, I think crypto and Kaspa will come down further, but I think there's a high chance we'll get rate cuts now. If we do, I think Kaspa worst case comes down to here and then start doing its reversal to hopefully push towards all-time high by the end of this month. But of course, time will tell. And while this stream is going to be covering a bit about Bitboy, and I say don't be like Bitboy crypto here, it is a bit of a good thing because he's ultimately raising adoption about this project. And those who watch him and don't trust him, because there are a lot of people who don't trust him because, you know, he's got a history, to say the least. He's got a big history behind him, so people don't trust him. They would have done their own research into Kaspa and probably found out that actually what he's talking about is just factually incorrect, right? Pumperlisky says here, you know, another reason to go heavy into Kaspa, a paid chiller who is an addict. Again, this stuff proven in the past. You can go into a rabbit hole about Bitboy. I've been in this place for a while, so I've heard it all. He got kicked off his own show. He had issues with he left his wife, you know, all this sort of stuff, you know. Don't want to, you know, put the man down too much. I don't want to actually, you know, spread hate to the man. But I'm trying to raise awareness that you can't just trust what people say on the internet. He says it, doesn't mean he's going to be true. And you've got some posts here supporting that claim as well. So, for example, in the video from Bitboy, he stated that Kaspa is a shell project, implying that therefore it may be empty or it's a scam, like Construct. It's got nothing behind it. But then you think about GhostDag, its white paper, the fact that you can see all the ongoing contributions on GitHub is an open to scrutiny. It's literally an open source project. So it's not a shell. It's far from a shell. You can easily see the ins and outs of what Kaspa's building right now. And they're very, you know, Kaspa on the social pages on Twitter, they aren't the most active, I guess. Some other ecosystems, particularly like XRPs, I think are very, very active. But at the same time, Kaspa is more active than some other ones. I think Kaspa's more active than Ethereum's one are by quite a while. Kaspa's very, very open about what they're trying to build right now. So by all means, they are not a shell of a project. That is completely factually not supported at all. It's just something he stated, and people are going to start believing it because, again, it's Bitboy. He's got a big following. Not to mention, also, he called it worthless because it has no utility and offers nothing new. but it's an L1 proof of work blockchain protocol, block DAG, that uses a block DAG structure based on the Ghost DAG as an algorithm. It's not worthless because it's a proof of work. Like, it offers no real utility. What is not being utilized right now in front of payments, there are developments happening of that right now that will make it utilized in the payment space. Within this cycle, it will be happening. Ghost DAG is a very, very big deal, and that's only, again, a stepping stone towards what's going to come out. We're going to see Rusty, we're going to see DAG Knight as well, and that'll make it that much more, more whole of a project, if you will. So the claim that Kaspa is worthless is subjective and not supported by the project's technical evidence. So basically everything that Bitboy is saying, all the terms he used in his video, was pretty much all his own opinion, which again, everything in this space, everything is kind of opinion based anyways, right? The difference is, I like to believe, at least with me and myself, me personally, where obviously I have my opinion on the project as well. My opinion about Kaspa is quite high in high regard, but I base my opinion based on resource and information that I showcase in my streams every single day, and my Discord server and my videos. I always support my claims about what I'm talking about. He has seemingly showed nothing to support his claims, just saying it's worthless, saying it's a shell of a project. He also called it that has no partners or ecosystems, growth beyond exchange listings. Now, whereas right now that's kind of true, I guess not kind of, it's also not. It has no partnerships. He's not heard of the KRI, evidently. That's one massive partnership, and KRI and DRI are both the same thing, and the DRI is a group where it's invite only. Institutions that want to be part of the DRI, the KRI, have to be invited to join. And Kaspa's a part of this. So they do have partnerships by all means of that. They do lack high profile partnerships like Bank of America or JP Morgan or, Central Bank of, of England, or, the massive partnerships that some other companies like Ripple and XRP have. But they have partnerships and they're growing more and more. They recently partnered with Zodia. So they do have partnerships. It's not calling to a price rise, at least not yet, but in due time it most definitely will. All information once more will be linking in my free Discord server. I'm not going to go and read this all word for word right here. But the claim that Kaspa has no partnerships is seemingly being oversimplified. In the grand scheme of things of what other projects have, then yes, maybe it's a little bit lackluster, but they do have partnerships and they're growing more and more. And it's only going to grow more during this cycle as the project becomes more complete. It's one of those, again, so once more with the video about Bitboy, you can go watch if you want to, if you want to. I'm not going to say waste your time, because either way I think having other perspectives on Kaspa is always a good thing to have. While his video seems to be flooding Kaspa, saying, Kaspa is the most worthless top coin, I listened to it for a little bit, I've disagreed with it, turned it off, didn't listen to the whole thing. I have people obviously make these sort of TLDRs here as well about what the project's about, and I'm like, okay, so I'll see what he's talking about. And yeah, it's baseless, it's lack of information, it's fully emotionally driven, this video, which, remember, I always say don't be emotionally logical. He's probably looked at the chart of Kaspa and seen this over the last year of zero movement and said it's useless. He's disregarded what's happened all this cycle already for Kaspa, and also disregarded the fact that you also have many developments coming for Kaspa through the likes of KRI, through the likes of 10BPS, through the likes of smart contracts, through the likes of Zodia, through the likes of ETFs. Speaking of which, Valor Funds, they're excited to bring crypto closer to traditional finance, making it easier for investors to access the best of both worlds. The ETPs are available for trading through, among others, you got Anvesa Bank, all the other banks here. Kaspa's involved in that. And as Wolfie is showcased here and confirmed, do Valor crypto ETPs, which are European ETFs, buy assets to back their sales? The answer is yes. So therefore, the likes of Valor and these other banks that also offer in conjunction, they'll be buying Kaspa to support it should other institutions, other investors want to buy the ETPs, the ETFs of Kaspa through their platform. And the reason why it's a big deal, because we have been in crypto for a long time, before ETF, before ETP. So we have been using Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, Mexi, whatever you name it, exchanges to buy these products, these tokens on. When the financial world shifts with regulatory clarity coming through, the traditional investors, they go through ETFs, through ETPs. They go through these banks because they're a quote-unquote more trusted source. Point being is, these ETFs are a big deal because it means that institutional investors and also the boomers or the more old school investors, people who don't want to go through the crypto exchanges, they can utilize those to get a hold of the tokens. So Kaspa now seemingly has an ETP. And we know Grayscale is considering Kaspa ETFs as well. We know that there's seemingly speculation that 21 Shares, Cathie Wood's company, ARK Invest, may also in the future offer Kaspa ETPs following the fact that they are partnered with Zodia, who's partnered with Kaspa. So we have Kaspa ETFs, ETPs, first one seemingly ever come through, which is huge news with more. I'm confident we'll see more in this cycle. Someone asked me, do I believe there'll be ETFs in the cycle? I said yes, it's already happening. We're going to see a lot more, I'm very, very sure. And the more we see that, the more you'll see videos like this, flooding Kaspa, and the more you can just laugh at them. Because they're evidently not doing their research. And either they're engaged with farming, they're lying on their followers to get in at cheaper entry prices, which is also very possible. I mean, he's got a big following, so he can, not significantly, but he can to an extent manipulate prices of tokens if they're smaller. I don't think he really do it to Kaspa that much, but he can to an extent. And I would not be surprised if he's doing that to try and, generate some better entry price for him to buy more. I don't trust Bitboy. I'm trying to remain relatively neutral. I don't want to be, throwing hate and just pushing him down too much. But I've been in the space for a while. I've seen a lot of good investors, bad investors. Bitboy for me is a very big following. He is one of the worst investors I've heard in this space. I mean, there's no sugarcoating that. I don't like him at all. I think he is, he's had a whole, again, the rabbit hole of what he's done, is out there. And the fact that he's still relevant to me is purely for the fact that he's just so big that he shouldn't be. But either way, he's seemingly flooding Kaspa, and for me, that is extremely bullish, because it means that Kaspa is now worth talking about again, getting more adoption, which I think is a very, very big deal. He's flooding Kaspa, and his statements were seemingly completely incorrect, calling it shell, calling it worthless, saying it has no partnerships, all of which, while maybe true in some sense, inherently is not correct at all. If you do any more deeper research, you realize that these things are relevant. It being a shell, not true. It's an open source, L1, proof of work. It being no utility, it's a proof of work. It having no partnership, it had the KII, and so on and so forth. So for me, and the fact that you're seeing, institutions starting to offer ETPs as well is also proof that he is just incorrect. Because if capital was meant to be worthless, why would these institutions start offering these ETFs, ETPs for a project? Unless they're completely worthless. Most of them probably haven't got a lot behind them. Some other of these projects probably, I haven't looked into them too much, but I don't know all of these projects here. Obviously you see Injective, you see AAVE, you have, obviously Kaspa there as well. Like, I'm sure you'll have some others that probably aren't all that great, but either way, they're worth offering ETFs for, and Kaspa definitely is one that I think is going to get many, many more in the cycle as it develops more and more. The fact that Forbes, Forbes is an article, very, very mainstream, very big. I don't particularly trust Forbes that much either, truth be told, but either way, Forbes here, they're bullish on Kaspa, and keep in mind as well, last year, they are calling Kaspa a zombie chain, a zombie coin. They hated Kaspa. Look at how they've changed their mind. They're now very bullish on Kaspa. They predict you'll finish between 18 to 50 cents by the end of the year, which is quite a wide margin, but I also care to agree. I think Kaspa is going to be hopefully edging towards all-time highs by the end of 2024 in 2 weeks' time. We're going to see hopefully a major move in just 4 days following the FOMC meeting. I think we'll see Bitcoin potentially rise to, I think Bitcoin will surpass its all-time high at 104k. I might see Bitcoin rally to 110k, maybe a little bit higher. Again, time will tell. I think Kaspa will start to rally as well, pushing up here to this sort of zone around here, maybe even higher, depending on the announcements. Also depends on what Ethereum's doing as well. If Ethereum decides it wants to start rallying and surpass its all-time high, that'll be a miniature alt season starting as well, I'm sure. And if we get more adoption, more eyes flowing to Kaspa through the likes of uneducated people like this who have big followings, so that's great for us as well. Whether it's FUD or whether it's good news, either way. We are seeing the adoption for Kaspa growing more and more. 556,000 addresses and growing still. The big holders are still stacking more and more. MEXC seems to be like, there's the first time in a while actually Gates been dumping or selling off their Kaspa. They've been buying Kaspa every single day. We can see from this chart here. It dropped down to 140 mil Kaspa, and I've been bought a crap ton there. I've been buying pretty much every single day since, and now for the first time in a long time, it's just selling or it's being bought off the exchange, and they're not filling up more. That may be a sign they've done their accumulation and they're ready for the the price pump to come very, very soon. But either way, we're seeing the wallet still staying very, very high. the adoption is still growing more and more, and the hash rate, which is an integral part for a proof of work project, is still growing higher and higher. In fact, after its kind of dump, if you will, from it being stagnant or consolidating around 1.35 to 1.4 for the past month, it came down, and it was around here for the next 2 days. We recovered quite quickly, and now it's already trying to push towards all-time highs again. Its all-time high things like 1.49. It's already making a decent, push towards 1.49 again. So I suspect we'll see another new all-time high in hash rate, potentially, by the end of the year. Especially now you've got the likes of the Canadian company, I forgot the name of it now, who recently said they're now becoming a Kaspa mining company. You get Marathon mining more and more, they're buying more Bitcoin, they're probably buying more Kaspa as well, I'm sure, mining more Kaspa at least. All these developments, while very, very small, while they aren't causing Kaspa price to move, it's building it up. The analogy I like to think about of Kaspa right now is it's kind of like a pot of water. A pot of water that's on a hob, on a stove, on a fire. And you're gradually, the stove's on the water's boiling, and you're gradually just topping up the pot with water every single bit. Every announcement, every development is water dropping into that pot more and more. It's boiling already, it's about to overflow. And once it overflows, it will be a metaphor for how massive the price pump of Kaspa is going to be in this cycle still. People don't believe in Kaspa because it's been stagnant for a year. I get that, I understand that. But I want to do my due diligence as the educator, if you will, here, to showcase how big moves can be in the past. Obviously, smaller market cap, I understand, but down here, we saw a 10x. We saw a significant move down here. We saw a big move again of a 3x with Bybit listing. We've still got multiple announcements coming in very, very soon through the likes of the KRI, the tier 1 listings, through ETFs, through smart contracts, that all Kaspa to start rallying much higher in value in this cycle. Not to mention as well, we've got posts I'll get into a little bit later on, from this man here, Hunter Horsley, for example, which will build on top of this, who is the CEO of Bitwise, 7 years in crypto, who has just had a small private event with CEOs of asset managers who collectively manage $49 trillion, many of the largest in the world, but they have not invested into crypto just yet because they haven't got regulatory clarity. So while crypto is rallying higher and higher in all-time highs, we're still, to an extent, still early, which is absolutely huge, huge news. Sup quick crypto, sup go, welcome back to the stream. Elio Trades did a top AI coins video, and the big theme on the video was fair launch, indirectly pumping Kaspa. Wait until retail finds out it's fair launch. Thanks Elliot for keep going. I mean, yeah, that's also very, very big news. Elliot is a very, very big KOL, if you will. Has currently almost 500,000, almost 1 million followers on Twitter. A very, very big deal. In regards to fair launch, of course, is very, very big. In regards to AI, Kaspa, I think, has some connections to AI. I know in regards to KRC20 that Gold has a lot of AI connections, although Gold is not fair launch. But either way, it's very, very, very good news all around, and fair launch is going to be a very, very big factor. Again, the decentralized aspect of these projects is a testament to where it's going to go in the future, I believe, as well. I'm going to bash Helix Cowboy. I mean, yeah. Again, I've already said it already, so I guess I have bashed him already. But yeah, he has looked worse for wear. During the bear cycle, when I was looking, obviously doing my research in the bear cycle, he was still looking great then, but he was on the downtrend. The whole massive the Bitboy downfall, if you will, happened during the bear cycle. Must have been tough for him, I guess. It's his fault, everything he was doing, but it's tough for him, and he's just come back looking worse for wear now. And yeah, for me, I think this is for out of all the content creators in the space, truth be told, with massive followings, he's the one that I actually trust the least. I will use what he said as a title for a stream and talk about it and, rebuke his claims, but I don't trust him at all. And based on what seemingly was said in this video, from what I did hear and what I've also now read, it was emotionally driven narratives and baseless claims, which come down to, for me, either his lack of information, lack of knowledge, he's not researching into it, him trying to dump the project so he can actually get more into it, because he actually believes in the project, or he just wants to do farm engagement to get his money up. Game's game, end of the day, you got to do in this space what you got to do. But yeah, either way, he is not the reason why Kaspa's dumping right now. say the least. He's not the reason. Kaspa's dumping right now because crypto's dumping right now. We're in a bit of a, and like I said, we're probably just liquidating some more longs to start seeing a price reversal following the pretty much confirmed imminent 25 basis point rate cut coming in the next 3 or 4 days time. That will see a price reversal. And yeah, the whole point of me saying don't be like Bitboy is not me saying, I mean, I don't think anyone should be like him as well. And, you know, what he has done is terrible. I think no one should be like that anyways. But my point mainly by this title is don't be someone who's just going to put down a project without doing research into it. If you're going to hate the project, hate Kaspa, that's fine. But if you're going to hate a project, like for me, I don't particularly like projects like Jasmine. I used to like Jasmine, but as time went on, I looked more and more into it. My conviction in Jasmine dipped off a little bit, and part of that is driven from the price. That doesn't give me conviction at all. But then I looked at all the whole like, you know, how many tokens are allocated to the actual community, to the people, as opposed to the actual investors behind it. And I found I think Jasmine can still do okay this cycle potentially, but my conviction in Jasmine's fallen off a lot based on the project and what I've looked into it. There are many projects in this space that I have lack of conviction for, and that's based on research and information that I've done into it. Kaspa, for me, everyone who FUDs Kaspa right now FUDs it because in the past year it looks like this. That's why everyone FUDs Kaspa. No one FUDs Kaspa for the fact it's a bad project. It's because it has no price action. I'm yet to see any FUD for Kaspa come from it being a technical standpoint or development standpoint. And if it is, normally it's proven wrong quite quickly by people who know what they're talking about. Everyone who FUDs Kaspa by the price action. And I understand it, but we're here to make money, so that's fair enough. But with what's coming to Kaspa in this cycle, and cycles to come as well, Kaspa will be one that will start seeing movements and significant price action very shortly, I'd like to believe. Right now, to build on the FUD, I guess, for Kaspa, although again, this is more based on logic and also based on information that we've looked into. Right now, the volume for Kaspa is down 145 million. It's the lowest we've seen for Kaspa for quite some time. We've been since we had the KF announcement last month in early November, 10th of November. We saw it peak at 578 million, which is very, very bullish. The lowest we've seen since then has been 123 mil, which happened near the end of November. So it's not the lowest we've seen like since that announcement, but it's still one of the lowest, and that's not good to see because again, the KF mentioned in their AMA that if you see consistent high volume of Kaspa, that will be a key incentive for the other tier ones, the likes of Binance and Coinbase and OKX and so on, to actually list the project. Because a lot of them they've done the integration already. They're ready for Kaspa. They're just waiting for the right time. So that being down where it's at right now is not the most reassuring thing, truth be told. Although the good thing is regarding the volume percentage, seemingly the likes of Bit and Bybit are still taking up a decent majority of it. You know, only 10 and 12 million or 12.5 million, but 9% and 7% apiece is not too bad. Of course, Gate still dominates and Mexi still relatively high as well. LBank and XT are seemingly climbing up as well, but again, if the tier ones are the ones that still dominate or take up more percentage of the volume, when the volume's still down, that's still a decently good catalyst to suggest that tier ones are still, you know, they're not going to list it, you know, tomorrow per se. Obviously, the volume's higher, it'll be a better incentive, but again, tier ones is what we need to see right now. We need tier ones to, and that's one element of what people said as well. That was true. Kaspa's growth right now, and I agree with this much, will very much depend on tier 1 listings. Because right now, Kaspa's got partnerships, but nothing that can affect the price right now. Because they can't. Whereas, like, you've got Sui. Sui has VC backing, and they can pump that project because they've got VC backing. They can pump the project if they want to. Kaspa has not got VC backing. It's fair and proof of work. So the only way that Kaspa can get the project to pump is if there's investments through the KRI, if they launch their project with Kaspa, which is not going to come through to smart contracts. So I agree with Bitboy in the sense that we have no partnerships that can affect the price right now, and tier 1 listings are going to be the major catalyst to let Kaspa start rising in price through retail. But this will be coming. We have the partnership. They will be coming through in this cycle, allowing the price to rise higher and higher. Everyone's saying he didn't research be better. He knows better. I mean, yeah. I ultimately, whether he did or didn't, again, for me, it could be a number of narrative. If he didn't research into Kaspa, he does, but he just wants to he wants to fund the project to make his price go down to buy more cheap entry, or he just wants to see engagement from to, you know, get a banging view video. You know, Kaspa is a very small niche for crypto. People, if you're a big content creator, you know, whether you're respected or not, like Bitboy, if you make a Kaspa content video, people who are in the Kaspa community, that's why I found out about it. I don't watch Bitboy, but because Bitboy is such a large content creator, if you talk about Kaspa, everyone's going to hear about it in the Kaspa content space. I found out first, again, through my Discord server. That's how I found out about it. Link in chat once more. Because we all talk about stuff in the space regarding crypto and Kaspa as a whole. Everything in crypto, really. We're trying to talk more and more and learn more about the space. And we found out about it because, obviously, you hear Kaspa, you researching Kaspa, you see Bitboy. So I think it might be engagement for him more than anything. But he definitely has not done enough research. He's not portrayed his own research into Kaspa because, again, his claims were not factually supported. His claims were, you know, subjective, so kind of opinion-based and, you know, emotionally based, if you will, as well. And, you know, oversimplified. Them having no partnerships is oversimplified because they do. You have KI, have Zodia. So you do have partnerships. All this stuff, again, we know. Bitboy may pump the Cal20 raccoon with his eye bag. I mean, honestly, yeah, Bitboy is like that is honestly must have put some makeup on at this point. Like it's actually he looks half dead if I'm honest. He actually looks terrible. But in continuation for answer more questions, anyways, this is the post I want to talk about again, which builds on once more that, you know, Bitboy did not really understand or look into or address what was coming for Kaspa and why it's a big deal. Here, for example, this little clip from Rock the Kaspa, shout out to them. They confirmed that smart contracts on Kaspa are coming within 8 months. So that's, again, the timeline to be summer 2025, which is a very, very big deal. This could be the reality if everything goes well. 10 BPS hard fork must proceed smart contracts coming very, very soon. Very big deal. Again, pay very close attention to this video. Only 30 seconds and hear for yourself.
To Kaspa. So another massive big bit of news.
Huge news.
Huge. Smart contracts are coming to Kaspa within 8 months if all goes well.
Yeah.
Aspect and some other devs have been initially funded by KSPR bot to begin work, which will bring smart contracts in the form of a layer 1.5, as Aspect explained it, which is really, really exciting stuff. Again, they're not doing the smart contracts on the base layer, which is why it's going to be a layer 1.5. It's a sort of hybrid of the two, and it's called Sparkle. So another.
Now, this sort of information, I'm sure we are all perfectly aware of right now. It's not news to us per se. We have been already aware of, and I mentioned this again, probably about 3-4 weeks ago already now, about the incoming Project Sparkle, about how it's going to be a smart contract coming on a layer 1.5, about the fact that with smart contracts coming out, the KRC20 projects will be migrated to smart contracts, being the likes of Natural will be a smart contract, which is going to be better for them as well. And of course, it'll be coming out summer again, 2025. So once more, that's a very, very big deal. And why is it a big deal? Well, mainly through to the KII. KII are very, very bullish on Kaspa, and this is once more a partnership of Kaspa's. It's an incentive, it's a venture, if you will, it's a project, but they have partnership that will allow them to utilize Kaspa. KII recently within Abu Dhabi talking to their industry partnerships and companions, and they talked about, I think they talked about WarpCore, which I think was this. Or they talked about Gigawatt stablecoin, and it was very positively received. And right now here, which is a very, very big post here, and actually they've updated their website a little bit to showcase it right at the top here. They're talking about here the WarpCore. Why is ISO 20022 important for Kaspa? Those of us who've done a little bit more, people may not understand what that is. ISO 20022 is basically a messaging standard that right now our banks use to send money back and forth to each other. It's what Swift system uses. This is what ISO 20022 is, and most of the prominent cryptos that are going to be seemingly utilized in the new financial system with crypto have ISO 20022 backing, or they're compliant with it. So XRP, for example, Algorand, for example, XLM, XDC, the so-called real-world assets, they are ISO 20022 compliant. And Kaspa with WarpCore will also be compliant. This will allow Kaspa to compete in the same markets as them. So why is it a big deal? Well, you heard of Kaspa's revolutionary approach to blockchain technology, of course, the block DAG, but now let's explore its global standard ISO 20022 is becoming a crucial piece of the Kaspa ecosystem, particularly with the innovative WarpCore solution introduced by KII. So why is it a big deal, right? Again, ISO 20022 is a global standard established by the International Organization of Standardization, so ISO, that's rapidly changing the landscape of electronic payment messaging. It's essentially a universal language and structure for financial transactions, covering everything from initiating a payment to settling and reconciling it. Think of it as an upgrade from the older system like Swift. So it's basically the upgrade to Swift what we have right now. Swift right now, it has problems. I think like the statistics is like 5 to 10% of transactions or something like that. They fail, or they have to be rebounded back out, and they're also very expensive and they're slow. It takes 3 days. But with ISO 20022 and these new upgrade, things will be through blockchain. It will be quicker, within seconds. Some will take a bit longer because again they haven't got the real technology to handle these speeds. XRP is meant to be, quick transactions, 4 seconds or so. Kaspa will be as quick if not quicker with 10 bps as well. ISO 20022 is designed for greater efficiency, seamless interoperability, and richer data capabilities. So now we've got Kaspa, who will be utilizing that as well. How does it relate to Kaspa? Well, ultimately, Kaspa can bridge the gap between its cutting-edge decentralized technology, not like XRP claims to be. I like XRP, I hold XRP, but XRP says it's got decentralized technology. It's not truly decentralized because it had ICOs, or more so it had pre-allocations. Kaspa is fair launch proof of work. It is truly decentralized, and its technology is a testament to that as well, the block DAG. So it will be established in the world of finance where the KI's WarpCore middleware becomes essential. It's an optional middleware compliance layer, unlike other cryptos, but it's important, very important, because it will allow Kaspa to communicate seamlessly with other financial institutions that use ISO 20022, which every single major company will be using ISO 20022. Everyone. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, UBS, like all of them. Merrill Lynch, all of them will be using ISO 20022. So why is it big? It will enhance interoperability, faster and cheaper payments, increase adoption for Kaspa, regulatory compliance, which thanks to the KRI, they have a regulatory roundtable group that's also going to allow them to be compliant with regulations from day one, and transparent and security. So it's going to, once more, this article for the KRI, I'll be once more linking it in my Discord, so you go read it there for yourself. It's very, very bullish, and once more allows Kaspa to bridge the gap. So whilst Kaspa, yes, it is late, I will openly, happily, and repeatedly have accepted that Kaspa and the developments are coming late to this cycle, which may, therefore it may cause a stagnant price rise for Kaspa. People are saying $10 Kaspa. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying it's unlikely because the developments for Kaspa that are going to cause that sort of price rise are coming too late. $10 Kaspa puts Kaspa at a $250 billion market cap. We're at 4 right now. Or just under 4 right now. For me, 50 billion is achievable, so $2. $4 Kaspa, so 100 billion, is possible depending on the level of institutional adoption coming into the cycle, which seemingly there's a lot about to come in very, very soon. Again, I'll get to in a moment. But $10 or 250 billion, while possible, for me, a bit too much to ask for. This cycle at least. But for what is to come for Kaspa, through the release of their smart contracts coming in summer, therefore allowing projects like WarpCore, which are already ready, as we can see, to be launched on the day pretty much straight away, meaning that on that day, Kaspa will be able to start being integrated with these major financial institutions, these major banks. Once more, and into the point that Bitboy just didn't understand, or refuses to understand, or even acknowledge what Kaspa's truly building right now. Kaspa is building something really revolutionary with its technology. It is already revolutionary and building it better as we speak. Kaspa right now for the last year has been a tough love-hate relationship, I'll be honest. It's been tough to love Kaspa in this last year, of course it has been. Since Kaspa is November, well, again, look at last year, we're only up in the last year 21%. It's tough to be holding Kaspa right now. I accept that much. But as a year of stagnant price movements, a year of suppression, to which we already have seen what is coming out for Kaspa in 2025. We've got atomic swaps now out, which is a key step towards smart contracts. 10 BPS will be coming out in Q1 2025. If it goes well, at least. That'll be faster. A faster platform allowing the seamlessness. Kaspa's already it's the fastest proof of work and already can compete with the likes of proof of stakes. With 10 BPS, it'll be even faster, surpassing other proof of stakes in speed. And you'll see more adoption coming to Kaspa. Not overnight. It'll be gradual, but it will happen. You'll see more adoption coming to Kaspa and KRC20. And then you'll see smart contracts come out. On the layer 1.5, you'll see the KRI start adopting all these projects they wanted to be building on Kaspa for a while. Now, smart contracts they can opt because they can now actually launch them. You've got WarpCore, you've got the Gigawatt stablecoin, you've got Asset Mint. You've got many, many more that will let Kaspa become integrated into the energy sector, the financial sector, the supply chain, the real estate market, the commodities market. Basically allowing everything to be tokenized on the Kaspa platform. And then you get Dagmut coming out in the future. Then you have the already confirmed ETPs and more ETPs and ETFs to be coming out in the cycle. I'm very confident that much as well. That's not confirmed, that's me speculating. But again, for me, I'm very confident that's going to happen. So again, for me, Kaspa, where it's at right now, much as its price has been stagnant, I'm still bullish on it. While Kaspa's price now is down almost 5%, I'm not worried. I've been holding Kaspa for some time, and I've been holding it for majority, if not all of my life. It's a deflationary asset, like Bitcoin. Once it's fully mined out, it's deflation. Therefore, it will keep increasing in price. When all of it's mined out, and the demand keeps rising while the supply does not rise anymore, simple supply or demand rises, supply doesn't rise, it will go up in price. KRC20 will bring more miners to Kaspa as well, because you can make money through mining KRC20. You've seen it already with the launch of KRC20, with KDAO coming out as well. Miners made a lot of money through KRC20 already. So, I mean, Kaspa will still have adoption through miners, and the hash rate will still continue to rise. And that's also a testament to the foundation of a proof of work. If the hash rate is good and staying high, which it has been, having its hiccups here and there, yes, but for the most part staying consistently at a high level, the adoption's not faded at all. The adoption has not faded in the slightest for Kaspa. And people who are holding now will be laughing at those who have been flooding Kaspa, at those who have been ignoring Kaspa, waiting for, you're saying it's going to be a bad, which again, Kaspa may not do well. I'm not going to say, everyone's entitled to their own belief. And again, you don't want, one thing that I do agree to an extent as well, you don't want to be married to your bag. We're all in here to make money. For me, I'm a maxi in Kaspa, so to an extent I probably am married to my bag, but at the same time I hold other projects who have made me money as well. But I see Kaspa still as one of the best investment opportunities in this space for what is to be coming in this cycle. That's coming in this cycle. That's coming in this cycle. That is coming in this cycle with more to come, I'm sure. You'll see more FUD as well in this cycle, I'm sure you will. People who are FUDding it because they missed out and they want to try and put the price low so they can get in a better entry. That's also very possible. We're seeing more and more adoption as well. For example, Kaspa Goes Coin here, they're actually on Forbes as well, which is very cool to see. Furthermore, Bert is you now got a CAS ID. So Kona has now secured a CAS ID on Bert. What's more, Bert's doing amazing things to bring KRC20 more alive, to making a real platform for KRC20. Nacho is about to get listed on XT in Innovation Zone, which is very big for them as well. And we've got 3 days left now, 2 days now, because that's on the 13th, for Nacho to reach their goal. If you're to donate 50k in donations to secure the 150,000 pledge from KaspaBot, that'll get them listed on top 10 exchanges. Right now, as we can see, we're currently at $44,500. So we're $5,500 off from reaching the goal to get Nacho the chance to be listed on its first major exchange listing. I'm not telling you to invest. I'm not. That is your decision. If you want Nacho to be on a major exchange, that's your decision. I mean, I haven't. Because I don't hold Nacho right now. I'd love it to happen, but I haven't done anything myself. Hands up, haven't done anything myself. But those who do believe in Nacho, who have donated to get listed on the exchange, Nacho will get it regardless, I'm sure. I'm sure it will get listed regardless. But this maybe will fast track it. So either way, Nacho's had a lot of, AMAs on Binance Live in the past week. Also had 4 AMAs in total in the last week. So Nacho's been very, very busy with a listing, tier 1 potentially imminent should they get the donations. exchanges, these KS20 is doing very, very well. I mean, at least development-wise. Price-wise, no. You know, it's down, but that's expected, right? Not everything's going to go up higher and higher in price, right? Caspi's up 7%, which is decent. Conan's up 5%, which is decent, but everything else is down right now. Nacho's a $35 million market cap. I think it's still going to do very, very well. Just right now the time's not there for it. But once more, we are 3 days away from FOMC meeting. We are about 5 weeks away from Donald Trump getting into office. And this is one big thing, at least maybe not for Kaspa, but for crypto in general. And it could be for Kaspa depending. Although again, Kaspa is not a centralized authority, so it actually won't make a difference either way. But according to Eric Trump, who's Donald Trump's son, he apparently confirmed that Trump plans to make US crypto tax-free. So if you're a US company or your headquarters in the United States, so like XRP, like Cardano, like Algorand, like HBAR, you'll be tax-free. And if you're not, and you're trying to, do trade in America, you could be charged up to 37% tax. So that could be a bad thing for Kaspa, because Kaspa hasn't got a centralized authority behind it. But decentralized at the same time. So we'll have to see where that goes from here. But either way, point being, you got here, from Radar, 47% of hedge funds now invest in digital assets like Bitcoin and crypto, and up 21% in 2021, according to PwC survey. But the biggest demand drivers for crypto are still not buying yet. The likes, like all the big price moves we saw of Bitcoin and XRP and stuff recently, was a result of the smaller percentage of massive investment money, from BlackRock to Fidelity to 21 Shares. That was what they did. We haven't got the wealth managers, the likes of JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch, UBS, Goldman Sachs, and so on and so forth. We can see that here. You have very, very little to no adoption into crypto right now. What does that mean? Simply put, when, not if, when it comes through with regulatory frameworks from Trump, that comes through very shortly, they'll probably ape meaning put a lot of money in very quickly, ape into this space. Probably Bitcoin, because where the ETFs are right now. You probably see Ethereum as well. If you get XRP ETFs, you'll see that as well. You'll probably get Solana, you'll probably get AVAX, you probably get Tau and Sui. You probably get Kaspa at some point later on in the cycle. You'll see a lot of money. They have trillions of, again, as confirmed from Hunter Horsley here, the CEO of Bitwise. $49 trillion worth of money from the CEOs he just spoke to, asset managers, collectively, who have not been able to get into crypto just yet. Not all of them, at least. That's how much, again, that doesn't mean next year crypto market is going to jump from 3 trillion to 49 trillion. Let's be realistic. It's not. But it means there is the idea there's $49 trillion worth of assets, worth of institutional money that can flood into space. And there's retail as well. And if more retail gets involved, because institutions are talking about Bitcoin more and more, that will go up higher and higher as well. I suspect crypto's market at the end of this cycle, probably, for me conservatively, 6 trillion. I could see 8, I could even see 10. Would it be against 10? But the point being is you've got a lot more money to come into the space in due time. And Kaspa is one that will be able to tap into this market through ETFs and ETPs that will be coming out the cycle late. Again, late. I accept it'll be late, but it'll be coming. I'm very confident that based on their developments, based on the fact that you're seeing stuff like this already. Zodia, again, partner of Kaspa now. Marathon, diversified from Bitcoin to now my Kaspa as well. First time ever in history, despite there being other proof of works in the past. A big deal. WarpCore, KRI, more institutional partnerships, bringing more adoption to Kaspa, allowing it to be utilized in the financial sector. Again, very big deal. Smart contracts, 10 BPS, you name it. It'll become the strongest platform, blockchain, you name it. Crypto L1, it'll be the end game of L1, being the fastest in this space by a mile. And that is apparent based on the technology already. It's done very, very well. And institutions want to believe in that. Right now, L1s are outperforming leading decentralized applications, L2s, by 2 times. You can see that from this chart here. Outperforming them. Kaspa will be one that will also outperform. Right now, it's been bad for the past year, but it will be outperforming them as well. In due time. Again, I mentioned this post yesterday about how investors are, 91% of investors are actually investing into L1 protocols. And Kaspa, where maybe not much right now, because again, it's so new, it will be growing more and more. And there will be a lot of adoption, I think, to Kaspa, because people will understand the inherent value, like the KRI do, of something being truly decentralized, protecting you more so from hackers and bad actors, but also from government overreach. Because there'll be institutions out there who don't want to have the government priming what they're doing. It being truly decentralized allows you that safety net. A central authority, like Ripple's is, doesn't give the protection. Because they might be working with the government, which they think they are. And they can have a little bit of a backdoor, if you will. I know Ethereum's got backdoors. So once more, there's a lot coming to crypto. A lot coming to Kaspa. So where you see posts from people who are very well known in the space, you got to understand, don't be much of a logical, also follow the money, also coincidences and all those other things I mentioned, but more point being is, you got to understand who it is you're listening to, I wouldn't say I'm the holy grail for Kaspa. I think I am quite a logical and well-grounded mentally researcher and I guess educator, content creator, if you will. I do my content, I speak to you every day, I enjoy my job, I love doing this, and I look forward every day to doing these streams and seeing what news is coming for Kaspa and for crypto in general. For that, again, look, like XRP, for example, is listed on Arkham Exchange. That's quite big. More lists coming out more and more. Again, it's good to see this sort of stuff happening in this space. So I look forward to doing that. And I also do it for the fact that I don't want to miss out on anything. I want to keep building my research so I understand what can cause price moves. I've learned a lot in this space. I've learned a lot in the past 4 months talking to you all. I've learned a lot from my Discord server again, who they have taught me things that I didn't know myself. Because again, I might know a lot, but I'm not all-knowing. If I don't know something, I'll tell you I don't know, but I'll go and find the answer for you. Happened a few times in the past. Someone asked me about the whole atomic swaps being a bad thing for miners. I went away, looked it up, found some information. I said, no, actually, I think it's a good thing because you see more transactions coming through. Someone asked me a while back about, I found it, so I did some research. I put it down in my notes and actually got back. So someone asked me, would we be able to mine Kaspa or Bitcoin using quantum? And at the current state in time, no. The answer is no. I looked it up and I found it out. Currently, right now, the answer is no. You can't mine Kaspa or Bitcoin with quantum. That might change in the future. But right now, quantum computers have the potential to revolutionize certain fields, but they aren't powerful enough yet to break the crypto algorithms. They're not far off, I'm sure, because quantum is insane. But right now, the answer is no. But maybe in the future. Who knows? But once more, that is what I try to do. If I don't know, I'll let you know. I'll also direct you to ask in my server. People might know in there. And we'll all try and learn more together. So yes, Bitboy, while he's doing as he's doing, be careful who you're listening to. Even though what I'm speaking, don't just trust me as the holy grail. Use what I say as a reference to go away and look into it yourself. This sort of stuff here is great. Go and look into it yourself. I know some people can't, and I get that, and it's fine. But you should never invest on someone else's, opinions. Use it as a placeholder or a foundation for you to get your conviction up. Again, as Crypto Ghosty always says, welcome to Kaspa FOMO. Here's the FOMO. Don't use me, though, as your FOMO to say, yeah, this is why you should invest into Kaspa. Use it as, okay, this is why he's bullish on Kaspa. Let me see if I can find anything that might dissuade that belief. I'm happy debating people about Kaspa. I just don't like debating people with Kaspa who don't know what they're talking about because they're not using any facts. They're just using emotional-driven basis and knowledge. I would hate to debate Bitboy Crypto about Kaspa because I'm sure he has no idea what he's talking about. He likely bought a 1 cent but did not do enough research, then dumped it for a few X, and if it got to $3, he'd lose it on 100,000 X. I would also agree with that as well. He says Solana's going to go to 0 and to sell it all, and when it dropped to below 10, post FTX scandal, now he says Solana's far better than Kaspa. I mean, yeah. Again, but to be fair, I'm not surprised, but again, everybody, not just him, everybody was against Solana when it was dropping down. Like when Solana came down here, everyone was against it. Everyone said Solana's dead now. It had one cycle and it died. And now look at it now. It's doing insane. That's not me, protecting him either. I wasn't looking at Solana, truth be told, at that then, so I couldn't say for myself. But Solana, for all intents and purposes, was deemed as a dead project down here. I have mates who bought in at 17 cents, or $17, and gosh, I wish I listened to them. I wasn't really. I was like I wish I did, but they bought in at 17 cents, and they're sitting very comfy right now. Obviously, they've been trading Solana memes as well, so making more money through that. But either way, they're sitting comfy. But yeah, once more, again, it comes down to where you when you look through YouTube, Twitter, whatever your sources are to find information, it helps it when you look at people talking about Kaspa, whether it be me, Crypto Galaxy, Archetype, Crypto Archie, Sin City, Jesse AI. Those are the ones I mainly know of. You know, when you hear us talk, you know, hopefully that'll give you some form of idea of what we're saying, and you know, help you give an understanding of what we're talking about. But you shouldn't use what we say as, you know, the holy grail. We've done a lot of research into what we've done about, and obviously we try to. I mean, I think, or at least I'd like to believe a lot of us have some form of a moral compass to at least be truthful in what we're talking about. At least I know I am. But use it as a, you know, as a guide for you to help develop your own understanding of what's happening in the space and crypto, and obviously Kaspa, because we're Kaspa content creators for the most part. Bitboy, he's not a Kaspa content creator. He's a massive YouTuber that just follows the narrative and makes his money, which is fine. But I don't trust a word. If I wanted to find something about, you know, Kaspa, I wouldn't ever go to this guy to find information about it. If I want to know something about XRP, there are certain channels I could think of. I'm not going to name them out because I'm not giving them free advertising, but certain channels I could think of that I would go to them for XRP because I believe they're quite knowledgeable and they're also quite truthful. But I wouldn't, you know, go to some other channels who are just going to be just giving you baseless titles and just chatting complete rubbish because it's what's going to give them the money and the intention. What's up, Bingo Bango Man? Welcome back to stream. What do you think about people saying it's too late to invest in Kaspa right now? I am not a financial advisor. So, you know, if their decision if they want to invest in Kaspa right now or not, me personally, I don't think it's too late. Because we're only at 15.39 cents. And for me, Kaspa should still reach at least $2. So that's at least a 10x from here. If not 25x from here. And if you're holding Kaspa long term, like I hope I know I am at least. I'm holding Kaspa for I'll be taking profits, of course, but I'll be holding Kaspa for the next 10, 20 years or so. I'm very early in Kaspa then, because it's not even at, not even at $1 yet. And it could reach, you know, thousands in the future, especially when by 2039, all Kaspa's mined out. It's deflationary, so it'll go up more and more in value. And again, ETFs, institutions getting more and more involved. Trillions of dollars going to flood into this space. Again, KRC20 going more parabolic. Tier 1 list is not here yet. KII, sending Kaspa parabolic with all its projects, more institutional adoption, more partnerships. For me, again, very early in Kaspa still. Especially, out of all the projects in the space right now, Kaspa's been a very, very stagnant, the worst mover in the past year. In the top 50. Top 100 even. So when it has its move, it'll be the most volatile. It'll be late, I'm sure, but it'll be the most volatile. Good afternoon, Alyssa. Hope you're doing very well. The amount of FUD of Kaspa seems to be everywhere. People are not interested in the Kaspa and what Kaspa is. They just expect straight pumps. I mean, that's also the problem as well. Everyone who looks into a project, and it's, again, if you don't know about a project, you guys who ask me, oh yeah, what do you think about Velo? What do you think about this one, that project? When I do my research into a project for a very, very small analysis of it, I look at CoinMarketCap and I go on the chart. I look at Jasmy. That just not me happy about Jasmy. Again, I'm not trying to put down your pick. I know people hold Velo in the chat, and I'm not trying to put it down at all. If Velo does well, congrats. I'm hoping it does well for you. But I look at Velo, I look at the market cap, look at the volume, look at the listings, which listings are good. Obviously, you want to see the top two being Coinbase and Binance, but it's still good. Volume is not bad. Could be a lot better. It's come down quite a bit in the past day. Market cap is going up more and more. I think I saw sub 100 million. But look at that chart, and I'm not that happy about it. But again, that's the point. Those who don't know a lot about people who talk about Velo, who are bullish on Velo, you probably know the ins and outs of the project a lot more than I do. So you have a reason to be bullish on Velo. You have a reason to believe that Velo will return to $2. I don't have that belief right now because I have not looked into Velo in depth. I just looked at it like this. I'm like, okay, yeah. For this or that, I'm not too sure about it. To understand what you talk about, you do more in-depth research. People like Bitboy and people who are funding Kaspa right now, they have not done smart contract research. They have not done Zeka. They have not done KRI research. They have not done 10BPS research. They've not looked at the GitHub for Kaspa. They've not looked at the KRC20 side of things as well, for the most part. They have literally only done what I do here, which is look at Kaspa, look at the last year, look at the last day, look at all time. That all time is decent, so I'll probably not be that bothered by that. But look at that. Look at the list of that. Okay, it's not got enough. It's not got the Binance of Coinbase, the two big ones. Its volume and market cap's not high either. It's done nothing for the past year. So I'm not sure about it. I don't think it'll do anything. It's going to miss the market. It's not going to pump very much. And I'm like, if it was a finished product, like most other crypto projects in this space are finished products. So of course, yes, you can say that much. So it depends on the VC and institutional adoption, where Kappa does not have yet. The Kappa's not finished. It's not even halfway. It's like 20% completed. You got Rust on the mainnet, but no 10 BPS yet. You got atomic swaps, but no smart contracts yet. You got KRI, but no projects launched yet with no smart contracts yet. You haven't got Dagnite yet. You haven't got ETFs yet. You haven't got tier 1s yet. Like all this stuff coming to Kappa. You haven't got KRC20 full adoption yet. Again, so much coming, and it's a proof of work. Again, deflationary. I mean, it will go up in value as time goes on. So yeah, it comes down to people who fund. If you're going to fund a project, I mean, again, I say that I have just to an extent funded the likes of Velo and Jasmine and other projects I'm sure in this space who I have been told about in the past where I haven't been very bullish on it. It's not me trying to be fighting it per se, but I'm not going to dedicate a whole video to saying this project is bad, because I haven't. If I'm going to do a whole video dedicated to saying this project is bad, which I don't think I would do, but if I was to do that, I'd make sure I know at least what the hell I'm talking about to a deeper extent. I'd do some in-depth research to find out why I should hate this project. Like, if there was a reason for people to hate Kaspa, I would explain it right now. Because I've got I think I've got quite an in-depth knowledge of Kaspa and what they're building. Not the technical of, the actual ins and outs of what smart contracts actually are in depth for Kaspa. Like, I'm not the developer, but I understand to an extent why they're bullish and what's been coming for them. I understand that while the price is down right now, it's just a case of what's happening with Kaspa right now as a project. But Kaspa don't care about, they haven't got VC backing, they don't care about pricing, they care about developing, and that will be a testament to the longevity of Kaspa in the future when, as I mentioned yesterday's stream, when 99% of crypto projects fail. The Bank of America claim that 9% of crypto in existence will disappear. Kaspa will not be one of those because of what it's building, and it's trying to build more and more. I meant he bought under 1 cent. Someone tipped him off to Kaspa, but he flipped a quid. I mean, yeah, again, there are a lot of people in this space who had got in really, really early into Kaspa, which, fair play to them. I got in at 5 cents, so I was quite early, but I didn't put a massive bag in at 5 cents. I put enough in to be like, yeah, I kind of like it. And then obviously when it started going up more and more, I was like, okay, should have put a lot more in early, is what it is. But I've been buying more continuously since then, especially a lot more in the last 4 months when I've had, when I started doing streaming, and also when I had the bull market was getting more heated. I mean, the correction for Kaspa, I didn't think Kaspa would correct down here again. It happened, and I thought, well, great, another opportunity for me to buy Kaspa. Fantastic. But people who got in early, I know people in my even in my Discord server again, where we talk about everything, Kaspa, crypto, you name it. Some people in that server who got in early, who also sold at the top here, and they're now out of it, which is fine. That's fine. I don't care what you do with crypto at all, or any project. All I do here is to educate people about what the project's going on right now and to share my belief in what's going to happen for it. To give you the conviction to then, do your own research and go back to it again if you want to. But a lot of people did buy Kaspa early, flipped it, and they may potentially now be funding the project because they don't want to do they don't want it to do well, but they don't want to end up, being wrong, if you will. Kaspa will hit $1-2 this cycle. I mean, yeah, I think Kaspa should. I think for me, Kaspa hits 2. I think I will hit 2, and I would be happy if it goes higher. 2 for me is like worst case for me. Obviously, it could not reach that, but I think 2 is I think it'll go higher than 2. Capital to the moon, I agree. Hopefully, greetings, Catherine. Greetings, Vadman. Welcome to the stream. We need Binance for Capital to move with the cycle, but Binance will list in the next 3 months, hopefully sooner rather than later. I mean, yeah. Again, Kaspa's not got the. It has got the partnerships, but hasn't got the partnerships that will push the price of Kaspa yet with no VC backing. So we need the big retail. We need the Binance, mainly. Coinbase as well, but Binance being the main one, that will cause the price to rise the biggest. Good evening, Kappa Frog. Hope you're doing well, my man. Thank you very much once more for the... Kappa Frog, my man, he's a legend. He also follows me on my Twitter page, again, which is right here, Quick Crypto. Me on Twitter. He follows me on there, and also, whilst he's doing his own information, his own research, he also links me these sources so I could talk about it on stream. He linked me the ETP stuff here, and he also linked me, I believe it was... the WarpCore here as well. You linked me those 2 ones. You linked me loads of stuff in the past again. So shout out to you, my man. You can show me information here. Also link it in the Discord server. I have all information tab in my Discord server. You go check it out there as well. And that's all about here. Just trying to learn more and more. So again, shout out to Kaspa Frog and everyone else in the stream who's here. Just leave a like. Share, subscribe for more. And yeah, like I said right there. Binance should list in January at the latest to ride the Bitcoin wave of 250k before the end of February. If Bitcoin is 150k for the end of February, that'd be very, very bullish. I'm not going to say that will happen. I'm not against it happening. You could see a quick rise, but I think it depends on when regulatory frameworks come through. That's what it depends on. Because right now again, we've got $49 trillion, all these institutions that, while some are exposed to them, like Wells Fargo, like Morgan Stanley, that have got some exposure, is limited. And all the other ones like JP Morgan and Merrill Lynch have no exposure to it really right now. They can't invest. When you get regulatory clarity, then it will come through very, very quickly. So, yeah, with that coming through, then you can potentially see Bitcoin rise very quickly to 150k. But otherwise, it'll depend. But I think Binance will list Kaspa very, very soon. They've seen a lot of developments to Kaspa and Binance recently through Conan interview, with Nature interview on the Binance Live. Again, you've got all the stuff with Binance and Web3 wallets, all the stuff I mentioned numerous times in the past. So for me, it will happen. Hopefully sooner than later, but it's just a matter of time. Sin City Crypto said we might see 12 cents, but I honestly think the resistance is now 15 cents, except if I don't see rate drops. I mean, yeah, that's similarly what I think right now. I mean, for me, the strongest resistance is probably equally around 12 cents here now. That will put us around around there actually, yeah, around here. This here is the November 1st price. So we start on November 1st. This way we start on October 1st. I should probably change the colour so that people actually can recognise that. I'll just put it to pink. Cute. But those are the November 1st, October 1st. That for me would be a strong level of support for Kaspa right now. For me, I think with what's happened recently, this doesn't seem to be the strongest level of support right now for Kaspa. So that would be a one that we should be holding. But it does depend on the incoming developments. Again, if we get more war developments in the Middle East, that could be bad, especially if it's Israel, because people seem to make the connection that Kaspa is Israel coin because the developers are Israeli, but it's decentralized, so again, makes no sense. But again, you've got to understand what people think in this space, act on their emotion, logically think about their emotions. And if you get no rate cuts, that will also cause correction in the market. But as it stands right now, the chances are very, very high we should be seeing rate cuts. Of course, time will tell though. Have you looked at this Kaspa ETP? I have. I've seen it on here. I've not looked into it in depth. I have just looked at it, obviously, from Wolfie having it here, which is, Wolfie is someone to be trusted in this space with Kaspa, so I trust that much. Seeing that in itself, like, okay, that seems quite decent. Seeing Wolfie comment, I'm like, okay, that's very good now. I'll look into it more myself, personally, but, I mean, yeah. You can see right now, I mean, obviously, because my page is Kaspa related, but it's pretty much always talking about Kaspa, which is funny. All the reports coming from Kaspa right now. Some Injector, some other ones, but mainly Kaspa. But that is a very, very big deal for Kaspa, of course. The first ETP, and I'm sure many will follow in due time as well. Good morning, Buffalo 3. We're back to the stream, my man. Bitboy is the leaf for crypto. That is crazy. That's a crazy comparison. Damn. I'm not going to say I disagree, but that's crazy. I realise hype, VC, and marketing is way more important than technology. I do believe capital will play a role in the future, but there's actually a chance of lateral price action in this bull run. To an extent, I agree. And that's what I've been kind of hinting at during these videos as well. I've said Kaspa's a very, very strong project. Got a lot of straight fundamentals, great technology, but a lot of the projects that have done really, really well recently have had this VC backing. XRP, lawsuit over, massive pumps in price. Sui, been pumping higher and higher since I was informed about it at, $1.80 when I got involved. But people talk about it had some insane runs. So VC backing is important, but the only problem is when it comes to trusting the project will stand the test of time, those projects have an inherently higher risk of just dumping on your heads. With no regulatory clarity here yet as well, they could do that and to an extent get away with it. When regulatory frameworks are here, they can't do that. There's no way. So you might, and again, as confirmed, where that post was from Bank of America, they confirmed that. Where is it? They just scroll past it. Yeah, Bank of America. This supports Bank of America's claim that 99% of cryptos in existence will disappear. I'm not saying Sui will disappear. I can't attest to what will disappear, But for me, Kaspa would one that won't disappear because Kaspa's got the technology to stand the test of time, and it's got the institutional partnerships with the KRI and Zodiac custody as well. But without it having a fully developed technology and them to be able to jump on board the Kaspa platform, it's not being utilized just yet. But with smart contract, TBPS, and with therefore KRI and Zodiac and other developers building on top of Kaspa, you'll see the hype and VC backing and marketing come to Kaspa. In this cycle, that's still relevant, but in the future cycles, and even in the latter half of this cycle, in my belief, maybe late 2025, that's when utility tokens are actually of something that will be really, really important. Those ones are going to start pumping. The L1s are going to start pumping. Right now, memes and AR are the biggest runners in this cycle, I think. And you'll see some other big projects that run as well. Kaspa for me will have a run, but it'll be late, maybe a little lackluster. That's also why I say $2 worst case. Maybe a little lackluster, but I think Kaspa will have its own run and start running in due time when the developments come out and you get this more ETFs, more ETPs. Again, Wall Street know of Kaspa through Marathon, mining them. So when you get ETFs, you'll probably see a lot of them maybe start diversifying into Kaspa a little bit based on the ideology that Kaspa is meant to be this next Bitcoin. And it's got the technology that is superior to pretty much every project in this space, or at least it will do. So next cycle, I'm looking at Kaspa to go extremely high. You know, next cycle to come, Kaspa again. Kaspa's on that I'm holding for 10, 20 years. Should be reaching the thousands, hopefully, at the least. Being it deflationary in all of the world. But in the cycle, for me, $2 is my conservative bearish prediction. Anything above that is also likely, and I'll be very bullish on it. But I agree with you, Jojo. I think it's a good analysis myself. What's up, DD? Back to stream, my man. Bitboy bashed Kaspa and then considered that it will be outperform the top 100 token average. What? He bashed Kaspa and then considered that it will outperform the top 100 token average? Yeah, it's just a clown. I say I don't trust the man. This is financial advice by Kaspa now. Okay, well that's a trusty vision for you there. He didn't even study the project. Kaspa doesn't need anyone, just time. Exactly, I agree. People lie, charts don't. Also agree. This is normal. The last two Bitcoin halvings had a decent drop revaluation after the CPO report was released, and with Trump incoming, 25 should be slapped for crypto. I agree as well, yeah. What we're seeing right now is not uncommon. It's not. It's just typically how the markets behave. You've got big catalysts coming through very, very soon. This FOMC meeting in 3-4 days' time. You've got more big developments regarding the Trump being inaugurated on the 20th of January, which is only 5 weeks away from now. And you'll start to see regulators coming through very, very quickly. Guy gets the leaving. Port Atkins coming involved. Port Atkins also got connected to Kaspa in some way through Zodia. So again, very, very big. So that'll come in due time. I had a chart analysis crypto trader go through Kaspa. He said it looks very bullish. I'll give you the link if you want. I mean, yeah, please by all means, Capsen. If you are in my Discord server, which is again in the description on my YouTube homepage and also in the chat right now, just give it a join. You know, yeah. I mean, I'm not forcing you to. Again, it's your decision, but you can give a join there and link it in there, and we'll have a look at it. I'd be intrigued to hear about it. But either way, I mean, I do agree with TA to an extent. I think it's a very useful catalyst or a useful indicator for where the project's going to go. But I don't use it as a holy grail. For me, I tend to use these raw developments as the reason why I should be in a project and where it can go in the future. But I do think Kappa's, very bullish. At least it's got a lot of bullish momentum for it as well. But the fact that it's been suppressed for a year should have a very, very big upside coming soon enough. Maybe not XRP level explosive, but it's XRP, of course, is a 150 almost $1 billion market cap. So that move was massive from 50 cents to $2.50. But Kaspa is only 4 billion, so maybe you'll see a 4 billion rise to potentially 12 billion, which will still be a significant rise. 3x is not bad for Kaspa. I'll mine Kaspa 1,200 tokens a day on average. If it reaches $3, I'll continue buying it on the regular. Great to hear. Global sacrifice. Love that very much. Bitboy is not nearly as popular as last cycle. Maybe saying this stuff was just a way to get attention. We are talking about him. That's what he loves. I mean, yeah, again, he's not nearly as popular last cycle. He's had a very bad one this bear cycle. He's been, again, terrible. Honestly, he's terrible. But yeah, I think it was, again, for me, either it was just attention farming, engagement farming, or it was just a case of him not researching into the project and just talking about something because he just wanted to talk about it. But I think it was mainly engagement farming or trying to find better entry prices to get into it himself. Must take into account that the end of the sort of bull run will perhaps be later this time. If this is the case, the box will perhaps come at the right time. The past does not always reflect the future. Oh yeah, again, that's when I talk about the TA. When I talk about the historical data suggesting that Bitcoin may peak and crypto may peak in March, May time. I'm saying that's what history says to us, and I'll be definitely taking profits around that region. But with what's happening in the cycle of institutional adoption, that may happen later. You may even see a double top. So again, time will tell. But yeah, I mean, he's fallen off massively, which is just funny. So I think he's just trying to engagement farm again. Yeah, he probably sold as well. When you can buy some KRC20, in the new year, I reckon at this point, maybe. Because I think, again, despite the fact that, I'm running out of time per se, and I agree with that much, there's two things. First off, I still have time. For me, I still believe Nacho should reach 1 billion market cap, so therefore I still have time to get something like Nacho, Kango, Kaspa, you name it. I still think I have time to still make some big gains. Of course, maybe not as big as I could have made if I got in near the beginning, but still big enough. I'm also waiting for Tangent. That's the kind of a thing I'm waiting for as well, which are happening seemingly in December 21st. I think I saw something say 23rd, 21st December, or something like that. But that'll be coming again this month. But also, not that again, I think I have nearly enough influence in this space, but me not holding the memes right now, I kind of like the idea because it means that I can't really by any means manipulate the price of the token. I mean, I can if I'm really shitting it. I think I maybe could, but I've stated quite neutrally that I like these projects, that project. I think this is good. I think this could do well in the future. I haven't really put down any tokens. I've tried not to put down any tokens because I don't want to put people down to their belief. I might urge some caution from what I see, but that's about it. But I do plan to get into them at some point in the future, and I think if I was to buy into them, I wouldn't have enough capital to, make the price go boom. But I would hate to be like, oh yeah, I finally bought Calculator is Nacho, and everyone starts buying Nacho because of me, So I imagine I'll get some very soon, probably the new year, maybe end of this year, when the YouTube money comes through. Because obviously, all the money going away to Christmas gifts, stuff like that right now, this holiday is very expensive. December's very expensive. But I'll probably end up getting some very soon, and then when I do, I'll probably will soft launch it in the Discord server that I have some, but I won't announce it very much so on the live in the chance I end up shilling it and it goes up higher. Because I don't want to do a repeat of other people and what they've done to projects. I want to try and remain as neutral as possible. But either way, when I do get into them, you'll probably know what I'm getting into. I've mentioned I like Nacho, I like Kango, Kaspa, I like Goad, I like Conan Burt, I like KDAO for what it's going to be as well. Ones like KREX as well and Pepe I think have decent. These are like smaller ones, but I mentioned what I like. So when I get into them, you'll probably know what I'm getting into either way. But right now, I don't have any, and I don't think I'll get any until the new year. But I have to wait and see when all the expenses are done for, and I have nothing really to pay for. And then, all the taxes and stuff have been dealt with as well. I'm sure I'll be like, yeah, okay, cool. Here's my excess money. Boom. Let's get some KRC20. I have a bit of time. Running out quickly, I agree, but I have some time. You should put your Kaspa address in the description. Maybe. Although, I don't know. I'm right now. I'm content with what I'm doing. I'm happy with what I'm doing, and I do know that a lot of people do appreciate what I do, and they even said they want to donate to me, and I massively respect and appreciate the sentiment. But I don't know. I feel like I need to offer more for that to be worthwhile, which is why I did mention in I think a stream or two ago that I am currently now, especially after what's happened. Again, people kind of know what I'm hinting at, what's happening in this space. I'm contemplating making an affordable WarpCore Patreon, which therefore means that you'll be again. I'm looking into it. It might come soon, but I'm looking to make an affordable one for the fact that yes, you can end up effectively doing what you want to do, which is donating if you want to me, but you're also getting more out of it because I'll be hopefully teaching even more stuff. Which is some stuff that because obviously I have my own place where I make money through like meme trading stuff like that and other leverage trading. I have some connections to people who I know who also leverage trade, and they're quite successful. So I figure I might be able to utilize that more and make, whilst the market's so hot right now, make even more money. And I've been doing that as well. So I maybe I'll expand a little bit because I feel like I think I'm already doing all right with the live streams daily, with the Discord and the community and everyone's loving it, and I'm very appreciative of it, and I actually respect you all for that, and I love you all for that. So thank you again and again. If you join these streams, leave a like. But yeah, right now I'm content with what I'm doing, and I might make in the near future during this holiday, maybe before the Trump inauguration, an affordable and hopefully respectable Patreon, maybe. But again, that the free Discord won't disappear. That's going to still be an integral part of everything. A fair, an inclusive and open community to everyone to join and just talk about crypto and Kaspa. And then those who want to maybe try and make a bit more active money and learn to trade a little bit more, get some extra insider stuff, then I'll have the Patreon for that. But again, that's the idea that's been drawn up, mind mapped, but not put into action just yet. We'll see though. We'll see. That's me soft launching it right now. We'll see. But again, I appreciate all for being here once more, so thank you. People will flock to crypto as the US devaluates. We can't solely rely on the data alone. Yeah, again, I think crypto's inevitable rise it's inevitable. It will rise higher and higher. Imagine ETF before Binance. That would be insane. I'm pretty sure Binance will come. This technically is an ETF, but it's for it's a Europe. ETPs is ETFs, but in Europe. But I mean, yeah, I'm sure we'll get ETFs for Kaspa, but I think Binance should hopefully come first. Most of the X's on the highest performing altcoins on the last cycle that came during 2021 were seen within the first 7 weeks of the year. The next few months could be big. Well, again, we've seen it from the likes of Cardano Addo, who has been compared or said that it should be compared to Kaspa to an extent. If you look at Cardano Addo, you can see that in their first cycle, so that's compared to Kaspa for their first cycle as well, or at least this cycle here, we consider, you saw it go from market cap wise, go from 3 trillion or 3 billion even to 11 billion in like 2 to 3 months, in 7 weeks, so to speak, as well. It went very, very quickly in such a short span of time, and Kaspa is superior to Cardano. It also didn't have smart contracts here as well, but Kaspa won't either, but it has better development, better technology. So therefore, potentially you see it go as high as well. But of course, again, time will tell. Yeah, but who knows if interest will rise again? Yeah, no one knows for sure. There's strong speculation it will end up being, in the next few days. But of course, it depends on what Jerome Powell decides he wants to do. I wonder why Tandem is having problems with the chaos support. I mean, yeah, I'm also quite curious about it as well. Why it's taking them so long. At the end of the day, like what Kaspa has as a protocol, as their technology is very sophisticated. That's why it's taken exchanges such a long time to get Kaspa involved as well, like the tier ones. Because again, it's innovative, it's block DAG, it's something that's not been done before, so it's quite hard. But yeah, actually, chaos is quite a similar thing in that regard as well. Why it's taking them long, I don't know, but it will happen in future, I'm sure. This would that would be huge. Again, this would be huge if that's the case. So I mean, those who live in America, good to you. For me, I live in the UK. I have not got that luxury, so I'm screwed either way. I mean, yeah, equally, I don't care. Randos or even bigger people like Bitboy, I don't care about them either. I talk about it for the title, but I don't care. Either way, they don't know anything. We know what we're talking about with Kaspa, and we know it's going to go higher. Yeah, so just running ideas as well. I agree. Can watch the stream right now, but Bitboy should take a visit to the doctor. I mean, yeah, I agree. He needs to get some help, some therapy as well, I think. Does Caspian Wallet have plans on the future already to put Caspian tickets on it? It's a good question because I actually don't know. It's worth maybe I could try and see if I can ask them for you and see what they say. Right now, I'm not too sure. Right now, the biggest supporters for the Chaos ecosystem right now is Kaspa Bot, the new Caspiano, and also the new Kas Croc or something like that as well. I'll find out more about Caspian if I can and get back to you. And yes, DJ Mines, Kaspa Fire, absolutely, Kaspa is going to go hopefully so much higher to the moon. Anyway, so that being said, that is an hour and 20-minute stream. We need to be more dump money to dump in people. Just want to see a bunch of zeros. I mean, yeah, I want to see Kaspa go low key just so I can get in cheaper. But either way, I think the time's running. I think Kaspa's run's going to come very, very shortly. I'm still holding on the belief that Kaspa will be running to near all-time highs by the end of this month to the new year. But of course, time will tell. And yes, it's a very, very big deal that Donald Trump is so pro-crypto because it just means crypto's going to go higher. And right now, America is still the financial capital of the world. So if he's being pro-crypto, that is a big indicator of where it's going to go in the future. So we'll see some big pumps coming for Bitcoin and crypto, I'm sure, very, very soon. In the new year in particular, and that's all proven in these articles once more that I'll be providing in my Discord server. go check it out once more in the description as well. That being said, thank you all once more for joining today's stream. I love you all for this. I mean, yeah, we're doing this daily, and we'll still continue to do it daily. It's been a very, very big day for Kaspa. The FUD cannot keep us down. This is not a result of Bitboy, it's a result of the market, and the FUD cannot keep us down. There's a lot of big things coming to Kaspa. Forbes still bullish on Kaspa. ETPs, first ever huge news. Smart contracts coming very, very soon, and also ISO 2022 WarpCore, absolutely massive for Kaspa, getting it involved in the cross-border payment sector as well as CBDCs and all of that stuff. So yes, Kaspa might be late, but it will be still happening this cycle. Kaspa will not move anywhere near all-time highs before liquidity is added to the large tier 1 exchange. Anyone telling otherwise is fooling themselves and yourselves. Is that what you believe? If that's what you believe, then that's fine. You know, you're entitled to your own belief. I suspect otherwise. But again, that's just based on what I have researched into crypto as a market, as a space. You know, if Bitcoin goes up to 125k, Kaspa will probably rise as a result of that. If Ethereum breaks all-time highs, Kaspa will probably rise. Kaspa has broken above this strong level of resistance for the first time in 4 months. So therefore signaling that it could be now seeing a leg up movement to all-time highs. Maybe we need a tier 1 to see it move. Maybe. For a tier 1, I think it'll cause a big movement. But maybe. Again, this is me just saying potentially. I'm not confirming it will happen. Speculation. Do your own research. If you believe in that much logical move and everyone else believes in that, then fine. Maybe it doesn't move that high. But I think there's a possibility that Kaspa does move up near all-time highs following FOMC meeting and following other developments, because Kaspa always does well surrounding FOMC meetings, as proven down here as well. Always does well surrounding FOMC meetings, so potentially this will be a pump, but of course time will tell. That being said, though, thank you all for watching once more, and I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be earlier stream, probably around what, I think 4 p.m. UTC. I'll make an announcement in my Discord server. Go check it out once more. If I told you a year ago that Kaspa would be a 50 cents Bitcoin for 100k, you would laugh at that. Probably. But again, you don't know for sure that Kaspa won't reach all-time highs either. It's a speculation of yours. It's what you believe. Where the price moves for a project, no one knows. People who say they know the price is going to move, they're the ones lying. You know? Whereas I am saying there's a potential for Kaspa to rise to all-time highs, but I'm saying it also may not. I always am very careful the way I choose my words. I don't say it's going to rise to all-time highs. I say it's potential of it. There's a chance it won't do either. Ultimately, nobody truly knows where the market's going to go. So people have a better idea, but no one can really tell where Kaspa's going to go. I agree that tier 1s need to push the price up higher. I agree. But Kaspa could potentially rise to all-time highs without tier 1s. I mean, it did all of this without tier 1s. So why can it do it again? Of course, time will tell, though. We've got a big announcement coming in the next couple of days and a few weeks as well. So that being said, thank you all for watching once more. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow at some point. I'll make sure I make an announcement on Discord server. And have a good day, evening, and